Very funny. He's joining us over from Oakland, where I heard he teaches in high school, so that basically makes him a tutor as well. Everyone, keep it going. Big warm hand for Michael Taylor.
Thank you. Yeah, unionized public school teacher, so.
Right on.
Yeah, politically a socialist, professionally a fascist, hard fascist, which is, that's just my personality though, too. Hoping you guys can cheer me up a little bit tonight. I was at the doctor recently. I got some bad news. Turns out I have a rare condition. I have to say, there it is every time someone says whoop. There it is. It's just me and one other person has it, and he already got a hit song out of it. So it's like, what's left for me? I'm also married, and I have other friends who are, more in the Bay Area scene. Like I have one friend who goes to these sex parties they throw on kink.com, which I have to say, to me, like as a married guy, it does sound a little vanilla, just because I'm like, what kind of bondage are they going to come up with that can compete with monogamy? Like, let's just cost this out. If things go wrong with your dominatrix, you need your safe word. If things go wrong with your spouse, you need a lawyer or a gun. It's like, where's the risk, right? I went for a hike with my wife recently. I saw a flower. Beautiful flower on the hike. I said, what is that, a lily? And she goes, that's not a lily, that's an iris. What are you, a crackhead? And I said, no, I'm a crackhead. There's actually two ways you can tell. One, I'm hiking. Two, there are no more crackheads. Really, not a very popular drug anymore. You just have to be like such a drugs hipster, for all your friends to be like, nodding off on Fent or rolling on Molly and just like, oh, you should try this, and you're like, no, I'm good. I'm actually just getting into crack. I got crack on vinyl, so I'm like, my weekends all set. But when you're married, you get defensive. You say all kinds of stupid things. Like I have grooming issues. I know I have grooming issues, but my wife, she's trying to help me. She's like, oh, honey, you have some boogers in your nose. I was like, boogers in my nose? Sounds like I got them right where I want them. I guess if it were up to you, they'd be out on the street. I'm trying to protect people here. Lockdown. She doesn't get it. I'd like to take a little break from this comedy stuff for a second and just thank some of history's greatest freedom fighters. Okay, like Emiliano Zapata. He's a Mexican freedom fighter. He organized the peasants in Mexico, threw off the big landowners. Toussaint Louverture in Haiti. He killed the slave owners over there, kicked out the French colonists. Yeah. Those January 6 guys who locked themselves in AOC's closet and needed a security guard to let them out. That was pretty cool. The Israeli Defense Forces who protected their country from wave after wave of children's hospital last year. And most importantly, comedians who started saying retarded again this year. Yeah. Let's hear it for them. Yeah. Kept seeing these articles in the New York Times recently about married couples who sleep in separate beds. And I was like I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, there must be something kind of fucked up about their relationship if they need to sleep in separate rooms. But I read the article a little more closely. It turns out there's a lot of valid reasons they might want to do that. For instance, if they hate each other. And that was the only one, actually. That was the only reason that happens. I'm also a father of twin boys. Ooh. Yeah, I reproduced.
Yeah.
By the way, it's only twin parents who reproduce. If you had a single baby, you repro-onced. It's not embarrassing, but and if you had triplets, you're not going to a fucking comedy show. Your calendar is full. You had more babies than titties, so you're probably not leaving your house. Yeah, we were very surprised. We got pregnant. We thought we were gonna have trouble because we're a little bit older, but it turns out we were not counting on the going out of business sale. My wife was having downstairs. It was BOGO babies. With eggs like these, turns out it's over easy to get pregnant. Very, very easy. And we were at the hospital, and it was a little tricky. We were in the NICU for a while. There's a lot of scary stuff going on, but the thing they keep asking you about, do you want your baby circumcised? I thought after the first time they'd be happy to, cross that off their to-do list. They keep asking you, do you want them circumcised? Do you want them circumcised? After a while, I have to admit, it kind of hurt my pride as like a Bay Area guy. This is the innovation capital of the world. This is still the only customization option we're being given. Can we get a little more creative? Like get the guys who are working on the sideshows to put in some of those hydraulics, like, Like it might not be your favorite idea, but it is a way to get the community involved. It's a way to put the us back in penis. So consider it. Here, young people are having less sex these days. Very sad. Very sad. I think one of the issues right now might be the title that you get as a woman for sleeping around, whore, slut. That's not that flattering. And I mean, keep in mind, this is for sleeping with like millennial or Gen Z guys. Like, let's be honest, we're bringing nothing to the table, right? Like, what are our big skills? Like, we're really good at dealing with the side effects of antidepressants, and we have really strong thumb muscles, like from scrolling Twitter or Instagram. We have like thumb abs from Instagram, but I think, we could take a cue from the corporate world, like give these girls a promotion. What about instead of skank, like humanitarian, philanthropist, mass shooter prevention technician? There's really no more important job right now. I mean, just think about all the nice things people say about the Virgin Mary. She never made anybody come. We know that for sure. From there, he's just be getting nicer and nicer. Like I said, I am a public school teacher, and as a public school teacher, I am legally required to report every instance of child abuse that I become aware of, but I have to admit, I'm actually starting to kind of lose faith in the system because they really haven't done anything about all the children who abuse me every day. They're still at large, most of them. I really love being a dad. It's a lot of love having twins. It might be too much love, Like I notice now my boys are blonde, and now when I see a blonde on TV, I'm like, oh, blonde kid, they're so cute. If I see blonde kids out on the street, I'm like, oh, I just want to see more blondes. I love it. And then I'm just like, is this how the Nazis started? It's like blonde fandom went a little too far. Or like one of my kids, the other day, he's reading a book to me, and he shows me a part where the prince gives the princess a kiss, and he goes like, the prince kissed her. Here, I'll show you. He kisses me. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And then he's like, read this part to me. And I'm like, okay. The prince is leaning over the water, looking at the princess, and I'm reading. It's like, the prince said, kiss me so that I can die happy. So the princess gave him a long, cold kiss. And my son goes, can you show me how to kiss like that? Legally? Not sure. I guess I could Google how long can I cold kiss my son, but pretty sure that's just gonna take me directly to the sex offender registry. Like your name here. Actually, Charlie was talking about cycling. My dad was an Olympic level cyclist. It was especially amazing because he was so fat and out of shape. How does that happen? Turns out that will not hold you back as long as you're only cycling between mania and depression. He was the best at it. He was the king. Wow. He was an amazing communicator. For instance, like the talk, for a lot of kids, that's a big involved conversation for me. I was watching an episode of Seinfeld with my dad, and he turns to me and he goes, so, you know what what those guys are talking about? And I said, I think so. And he goes, all right. That was it, you know? It's like, a lesser parent would have waited for the commercial break. He knew he could just talk over the laugh track and get his point across. And I have to thank him because he did put me on the comics path. Like one day I was having dinner with him, and in the middle of the dinner I was making a little joke at him. I was like, hey, you know, you're eating a little too much, you're getting a little soft belly, Dad. And he goes, yeah, well, at least I don't look like I came out of a concentration camp. I ran away crying. My mom is furious. I was very upset at the time. Now, as a comedian, you know, I understand the calculus. Like, okay, I can have a nice evening with my family, or I can get a first round knockout in this game of the dozens that I'm playing with a second grader. It's like, it's not even a choice, you know, it's already been decided. But I am excited because I think my kids might be following me on the comics path. Like my son Nico, the other day, he was sitting on the toilet and he turns to me and he goes, I'm pooping. I'm funny. Okay, he's got poise, he's got confidence, and his material's about as good as mine. So he'll be up here pretty soon. And my son Kai, I was leaving the house the other day, and he goes, you're going to tell jokes? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, can you tell me a joke? I was like, sure. I was like, knock a knock. And he goes, wow. So, you know, maybe not stand up. Maybe he might be one of those guys who's like thinks just is a critic and thinks Ted Lasso is super funny or something, you know. Sorry, I didn't realize it was a Ted Lasso room. You know, don't mean to step on toes. I will thank you so much because that is my time.